Okay, folks, tomorrow I've got a one-speed only disc golf round here at Inverness. So I got to figure out which one speeds I'm going to use, and then we're going to go out on the course and play a little round. I'm going to bring you with me right after the intro. Okay, so this is just kind of a little fun little $5 one-speed tournament tomorrow, and you can bring as many one-speeds as you want. And so I'm going to bring out not that many. To be honest, I was tempted to just do a birdie only round. You know, there's a battle going on here. Just win it all with a birdie, or because there are a couple shots where I could get a little extra if I have like the Berg X or the Spore for a little more distance. So do I just do one disc and kind of go, yeah, look what I did with one disc? Or do I take out a couple extra to give me a little bit of an extra advantage on some of these holes? Because let's face it, this is kind of my territory. So I've got a little pressure that I should win this. So I haven't decided yet. So that's what I'm gonna kind of do is I'm gonna walk out here. But so I wanna see if I just had to do one disc and one disc only, I'd probably just do the Berg. But the Berg is limited on a few shots, and there's some touchier shots where I could use the birdie. But so I'm just gonna see how all these fly. I've got 12 of them. Most of them are birdies, and then I've got a Spore, a Glitch, a pitch, a Glyph. I got 2 Glyphs, and yeah, I think that's it. If nothing else, I just want to see how they fly, give them one good shot, and I'm gonna probably pick out one straight flying birdie, or it may be the Glyph, because I think I've got one that's very similar. And then my Berg and my Berg X, and then the Spore are probably the 4, maybe 5 I'm going to carry in my bag, if I do the whole bag. So anyway, that's enough rambling. Let's just throw these, see how they do. This guy should just be point and shoot straight at the basket. If I don't hit John, yep. And then my Glitch, I'm going to see if I can, my Berg, I'm going to see if I can hit John right in the butt. Nope. So this is where the Spore, I think, is going to come in handy for the extra distance. You see my weight was off on that. I was trying to throw it. We got a little crosswind there. That was a bad throw. Hey, John, throw me that Spore back, if you don't mind. The green one. This is my bullseye birdie. This would be good if we play hole 7 to the right. Heads up, John. Never mind. It's just like the Glyph. Yeah, the Glitch, just straight at me. Thank you. Been recovering from a stomach bug, so otherwise I would have run and caught that, but I just did a tutorial. I'm barely hanging on right now. Yeah, see, just a little more glide, a little more distance. Versus the Berg X. Berg X has a little more stability. And then these birds. Let me throw the pitch. Let's face it, I'm not going to use the pitch. See, you got a little extra flip up. I want the stability. Same thing with the Glitch. It's going to have a little more flip up. Not bad though. I just like the Spore a touch more for flight. Somebody recommended the Glow Glitch has a little more stability, so I probably like it. But you know, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm buying all these things. I play with what I can afford and find and sneak past the wife. All right, let's try the Glyph. See, I like the flight of this thing. Yep. I don't know. I like too many discs. Hi, I'm Pete Collins, and I have a disc liking problem. I'm not going to play with that one. I don't even know why I'm... No, I'm not even going to play with this. Okay, that was even easier. All right, that's enough of that. Let's go throw. Run, John, run! Normally playing ultimate at this time, but I just couldn't do it. And John skipped out on ultimate because he's gunning for me. I like it. All right, in case you haven't figured this out about me, I like to be a little bit different, a little bit weird. I know, shocker. So some of me wants to think maybe do just the total opposite ends of the one speed. You got the Spore and the Berg X, and just do that because they couldn't be more different. But that would cover most of the shots needed around here. So anyway, you know, the angst of having fun, but also being weird, and hopefully winning. So who knows? I don't think you win anything. It's just more fame and glory, baby. That's what I'm all about. That's, you know, that's why I was a missionary overseas. Fame and glory, fame and glory. All right, so thinking about the holes, to be honest, hole number 1, hole number 6, hole number 7 are the only 3 that are inhibitive due to distance. And that's where I would need the Spore if I wanted to try to push things. But I don't know if it's going to be, well, I have to play, but those are kind of the keystone holes. Otherwise, I think just a Berg right down the middle, just play my game. You've seen, I've done it so many times, it'd be kind of in my groove. I was thinking the Glyph or a Birdie because it's got a little extra glide, but I think I need the Berg for a little bit more torque resistance for my forehands. The birdies tend to roll over. So anyway, I'm just gonna go play some holes. I'm not feeling great from having a stomach bug, so no telling if this will make all 18 or whatever. This is kind of just bringing you along. I'm just trying to get out and keep going, you know. Some of it is just accountability to keep playing, keep pushing forward. So welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games. I will start with the Glyph just to throw it right down the middle. I want to see how far I can get it because I can probably get it far enough that I can give it a half bid to the basket, hopefully. And we will compare that to the Berg. So the shortest one to the yellow is 289. And I think for the Berg, I got about 215. The Glyph or the Birdie, about 225. Maybe I can push it a little bit more, but this is the one I wanted to check. Here's the Spore. Don't even talk to me about stretching today. I'm just trying to survive. Yes, my left glute muscle felt all 3 of those throws, but I'm just pushing on. So see, that's what I was thinking. See, the Glyph, like the Birdie, glides pretty well, gets a little extra distance. I mean, here's the Berg back here. I threw it a little low, but the Spore is not much farther than that. But I also know people are going to get strokes on this hole by going OB, so just going for a 3 here, not worrying about the Birdie, is not a bad play. Hopefully I can do that all day long. Because even with the Spore, if I got, well, I'm getting close to where I can give it more of a bid. Oh, cage rattler. So yeah, I don't know. Hole 2 and 3 are no-brainers with any of these discs. I could throw any one of them and be fine. Hole 4, with its setup, short basket, I think I could pretty much throw anything. 5, I could throw anything. So let's go to hole 6. So while we're heading over to hole 6, let's talk about not giving up, because I think there's something wonderful to see when you watch some of these tour players in these tournaments. Somebody will mess up in the beginning and could have a bad round, and just in a single round could, you know, really get a double bogey, couple double bogeys, and you think, oh man, they're out. And then they just keep playing solid, and next thing you know, they've kind of turned everything around. And I've experienced that in the last 2 weeks here. I haven't been feeling great. I came back jet lagged or whatever. And I'm one of those guys that I don't pay attention to score. I don't like to know my score. I just want to play and play to the best of my abilities and not be worried about what other people are doing. And that's great for the most part. I like how Matty O in an interview last week or whatever, he said, I didn't even know where I was, what I was doing as far as the score, and he was just tearing it up because he was just kind of in the zone. Or as I say, the flow state nowadays, these hip kids, yep, no cap. Oh, I am so hip. But I prefer not to kind of know, ooh, what's going on. I just want to play and then either be hopefully pleasantly surprised or just like, yeah, okay, at the end of my round. I kind of have a general feel of how I'm doing, but I'm just trying to play my game. And 2 weeks ago, came out here just back from overseas, and I missed first putt. Got a stupid bogey, and it was just a dumb putt. And I immediately kind of switched off and like, well, that's going to be my round. I'm kind of done for this one. Let's just have fun and hang out with the guys. Because I really wasn't putting a lot of pressure on myself to play well. I was just back in town. And so then we played around, and I just kind of just bebopped along. I didn't even pay any attention, and I ended up winning it just actually fairly well, just because I took all the pressure off. And so then last week I came out and I really was starting to feel bad, and I started out playing pretty bad, and I just kept playing. Sorry, I got people distracting me over here. I got to stop this. I got 2 goobers on the field. I can't be doing anything else. Look at these guys. Hey, y'all gonna play in the tournament tomorrow?
I don't know.
Maybe. What's holding you back? It's $5.
Well, right now he's doing the ace-a-thon.
Oh, did you get one?
We got 2 of them.
I set my alarm.
Yeah.
It was sold out as soon as I got on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got on about 3:55.
See, so I set it for, I think I got my time zone messed up.
Did you put
so,
it for 5 o'clock?
I did.
Yeah, so I knew they were Eastern time, so I put it.
All right, so I had to stop and talk to my friends, and I have no idea what I was saying before, and I'm too lazy to go back and look. It probably wasn't worth anything. Oh wait, we were talking about just playing along. Yeah, so here's the thing is, we'll get into this mindset, especially early on, if we mess up, we kind of give up. And to be honest, we forget, especially in tournaments and leagues and stuff like that, everybody else is uptight too, and the scores tend to be lower than you think. So if you just give yourself a little grace and go, I'm gonna keep pushing through, if nothing else, you'll probably end up higher than you think just because you bounce back from that. Our tendency, a lot of times, and I've seen it with a lot of guys, they miss a couple holes and they just say, screw it, and start going crazy and missing stuff and just don't care. Push through, don't give up. If nothing else, you can say, man, I didn't let it beat me. And that's a great thing to do when you're out here on the course and in life. So there you go. All right, so I just found out it is all yellows. So hole number 1, hole number 6, and hole number 7 are gonna be longer holes that I can't reach with the Berg. I can with the Glyph. So it may come down to what I want to do there. So anyway, I'm gonna just throw these 3 again and try them out. Not my best throw, but I could have definitely gotten it there. I might have to go an all Glyph round. I'm gonna really have to crank this guy. Oh, caught some limbs. I'm starting to think maybe just an all Glyph round. That would be, I mean, nobody else is gonna be throwing a Glyph. I kinda like that. I'm not right in the head, guys. Y'all just need to find somebody else that's more stable, more knowledgeable. And that's where my camera overheated and shut off again. So to finish all it up,
this was a couple weeks ago before I had to do some other stuff. And today I'm just back from surgery. I got this little guy removed and I had a big lump taken out of my stomach. So I'm just a little bit off anesthesia. So this may not be the brightest thing to do. But anyway, so what I was gonna say is I went back and forth about what to do, and I decided to stick with 5 discs. Went with my Bullseye Birdie, the Glyph, which is basically a birdie. Then I went with the Berg and the Berg X and the Spore. And I thought, okay, that's the perfect combination. I don't need anything else. And I got up and started throwing the Spore, just warming up a little bit more on the day of. I like it a lot, but I had the softer, is it the Evo Soft or whatever? It's a little squishy. And so the fact that it's a little light, just some of the tactile response when I was throwing felt I was a little shaky about it. Now I could throw it a little bit farther, but in my head, I'm like, is this thing gonna bend or wobble on me as I throw it? It's much more stable than the Glitch. I like it a lot. Somebody recommended I try the harder plastic in that. But I said, you know what? I'm not even gonna fool with that. And I ended up giving it to one of the guys on my card to play with. He likes it a lot. But so I just stuck with 2 birdies and 2 Bergs. And really wasn't feeling well. Had a kind of a crappy time. I turned 2 holes from birds to bogey, so I birdogeyed twice. I threw away about 5 shots that ridiculous shots, but I ended up winning by 1. I snuck it out, and it was really, mostly I was playing with the Glyph, just enjoying the Glyph. It's just got a great float, great ride. That and the Berg, I mean, it really comes down to the Berg or the Glyph are just so controllable. Sorry, I'm still a little woozy. It comes down to the Berg and the Birdie. Both are so controllable for me, just in different ways. And so I really probably could have played with just the Glyph only, just to be that oddball, which I kind of like. But I knew there were a couple holes where I was going to have to push some shots that would not be ideal for the Glyph, especially hole number 7 that was going to have to cut back this way. So that's where I wanted the Berg X. And also on hole number 5, there's several times where I wanted a forehand that really kind of cranked around a little bit. And I couldn't get as good a shot with the Glyph as with the Berg or the Berg X. And so at the end of the day, they're all just tools. And part of me being a big tool is I want to find that one perfect tool that can do everything. And let's face it, a 1-speed can do a lot, but it loses distance, it loses stability. You know, there's some things you're going to have to compromise with. But at the end of the day, if nothing else, I just want to encourage you to go out and have some fun. Put together a competition with your friends and make it something like a 1-speed only round, so that you're trying new stuff. And it's just fun to get out there. So there you go. Yep, that's all I got for today. I'm kind of recuperating from surgery and thought I'd just throw this video up there for you. And hopefully in a couple weeks, I'll be back on the mend and out there throwing some more discs. But until then, thank you so much. Make sure to leave any comments, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And let's just keep rolling. And I hope to see you out on the course.